Hey real estate rock stars! Today I'm going to go over common mistakes buyers make when purchasing their home. Purchasing a home can be an extremely rewarding and fascinating experience, to say the least, but it can also be a very stressful, frustrating, and tiring experience in many circumstances. The real estate market in the GTA has been red hot, I mean spicy hot, for many years. This has led many young families and new investors to purchase properties for residential and investment purposes. And successful stories have led people to try to follow in each other's footsteps, and without proper due diligence, rushing into a home purchase can quickly turn into a nightmare. The very first mistake people can make when purchasing a home is not knowing their budget. This is like going shopping for your clothes without knowing how much you actually have in your bank account, and then not being able to pay for it because you probably don't have a credit card. So remember, your budget should consist of your available funds for down payment, as well as the mortgage you qualify for through your financial institution or mortgage brokers. Also, do not forget about your closing costs. We will be touching base on the details of the closing costs and more later on this video, so make sure you stay tuned to know exactly what is to be considered for closing costs and what you should be taking account for. People have been buying just for the sake of buying. Watch this meme.
Excuse me, is that apple for sale? Yeah, we're about to put it on sale right now, actually. Well, I'm in the market, so tell me about your apple. Why should I buy it? Nice try. Okay, people, here's how this is gonna work. I have an apple here. The highest bidder's going home with this. I want all bids in the next 2 minutes, then we're closing it. Bidding starts at $5.
Feeling pretty confident there, huh? I mean, don't you think...
$10.
He said starting at 5.
15.
Is this a new apple?
Yeah, just listed. I'm pre-qualified. I'll pay cash. I got cash. 20, 30, 40. No, just make it 45.
Is it even worth that?
50. I don't know. Please, this is the 8th apple I've tried to buy.
Could I at least see it up close?
Nope, it's an apple. You know what it is. You either want it or you don't. I'll take it for 100.
What? I'm from California. It's the cheapest apple I've ever seen.
120.
Why did I do that? Why? I don't.
If you want to do a quick calculation on how much mortgage you will qualify for, you can take your current or combined salaries and multiply it by 4 or 5. So for example, if your income or combined income is $100,000, you would likely qualify for $400,000 to $500,000. This is based on current mortgage rates in 2022. And note that this should be the maximum that you can spend on a property. You shouldn't waste your time looking at properties that exceed your budget, as it can lead to stress and frustration if considering properties that are out of your price range. By knowing your budget and factoring closing costs, you can focus on considering properties that you can actually purchase, saving your time and heartaches. Another mistake people make is not viewing the property itself before I purchase. Oh yes, believe it or not, there are deals that happen annually where the buyer placed their full trust on their realtor or real estate agent, and even sellers at times, and then go ahead and make that big purchase. This is a no-no, and it usually does not end very well. Nowadays, virtual showings and stagings are much more common, but please, for me, pretty please, you should make sure to visit the property at least once before you put in an offer. The reason for doing so is to inspect the physical premises itself, obviously. Remember that Instagram angles and filters also apply for properties as well, as well as the surrounding neighborhood. When you view the house, you want to look for things that aren't captured in the listing photos or descriptions. This could be the exterior, quality of the chattels and fixtures, and etc. You also want to check out the neighborhood to answer some questions that are important to you. For example, is there a grocery store nearby where you can pick up last minute things? If you have kids, is there a daycare or school nearby? If you have a dog, is there a park or dog park? I know my dog loves dog parks, so I definitely need one nearby. Is there a bus stop or subway to stop nearby? Make sure that what is important to you is nearby and is conveniently located. The next mistake that you can make is one that should be avoided at all costs. Despite what your realtor or other people may tell you, going into a purchase with no conditions attached can be a recipe for disaster. Yes, this right here, screaming. Especially in today's market where the buyers can get better deals as opposed to 5-6 months ago. You should be including conditions.
Remember conditions.
Importantly, know that the home that you are buying depends on your own needs and wants. Do not be swayed one way or the other depending on what others may say or try to convince you. You've earned your hard-earned money and now you're about to buy a home. Make sure you're working with a professional that will treat your home buying process like their own and be there for you through the entire process. Now, the final mistake I'd want you to avoid is not accounting for the cost of ownership and closing. And listen carefully for this because this is so important. If you remember from my earlier points, your budget should include closing costs, which can sometimes be overlooked by over-eager buyers. Make sure you understand these costs. These would typically include property taxes, any condo fees, insurance, and any other ongoing such as maintenance associated with ownership. In the description in this video, I am going to attach link to the closing cost calculator and follow the link below and get an estimate value of what the closing costs would look like so that you know exactly the amount that you really should be looking for. And there you have it, things to avoid when purchasing a home. If you need any further assistance in purchasing a home in Toronto area, reach out to me in these ways possible. And until next time, annyeong! Now, if you are looking to lease out your home that you own currently or know of anyone that wants to, check out this video right here. We'll see you in this one.